Okay, so this brownish hazy material here is the chitosan. All right, so chitosan doesn't dissolve well in neutral or basic pHs, so 7 or lower doesn't dissolve well. If you lower the pH, raise the hydrogen ion concentration, then the hydrogens will decorate the chitosan and give it a positive charge. And that resulting positive charge will then make them more soluble, easier to dissolve. So to wash this chitosan material, now this is chitosan material that we tried to attach EDTA to. Unattached EDTA will be here in the solution. And we want to find out if EDTA has been attached to that chitosan. And we have a couple ways to do it. One way is the ninhydrin test that we described. The other way is just to see if metal binds to this chitosan now. And we're leaning more towards finding out if metal binds because if we rely solely on the ninhydrin test, then we really need to make sure 100% of the nitrogens on the ninhydrin were bound to the EDTA. And that's not good, ideal for the chitosan, because what that does is if you have one piece of chitosan here and another piece of chitosan here, or maybe even two nitrogens on the same piece of chitosan, and they'll bind together, and it'll result in kind of a network like Jello or something. So we don't want to get all of the nitrogens covered with EDTA, so just some, and so the ninhydrin test won't be perfect for us. So we need to wash off this chitosan. Now, the best way to do that is to get two vials. This is the one that we're trying to wash here. And I have this zeroed, the mass of this one zeroed. And now I have a balance of just water, and it's very, very close to the same mass. And then I can put them into the centrifuge here. And at 1,000 RPMs, so not very fast, we put them across from each other, and then we start it up here, and it really only takes about 30 seconds, and then after 30 seconds then we can open it up, and we'll show you what happens. Push pause. Okay, so we let it go for about 30 seconds. Now all the solid chitosan has come down to the bottom, and now we can dump this off. It's about 30 mils. Dump it off carefully, not to lose any chitosan, and then fill it up again with deionized water. This is deionized water. Put it back over here on our balance. Fill it, top it off with a little bit more deionized water. So our mass is very similar to the mass of the balance. And now I have here a fresh amount of deionized water. So repeating this 3 or 4 times, what that'll do for me is we'll leave behind only the chitosan, and then we'll be able to use that chitosan and see with an ninhydrin test to see if it maybe responds less purple as regular ninhydrin, and then also a test where we are going to try to expose this to metal ions and see if after we do this exact same thing, put metal ions on top, centrifuge it. If the metal ions centrifuge down, that would be an indication that the metal ions are binding to the chitosan. And then we can take the metal ions before and the supernate after and find out if there is a difference in the amount of metal ions.